back on here today and talk about what's going on in the United States. After watching the Democrat National Convention last night and after seeing their whole convention based on hatred, what they're doing is they're trying to program their people to hate the other Americans. As I said, I've always grown up with two political parties, main political parties in this country. I have never seen where they hated each other. And I have seen several presidential elections, but this level of hatred is not coincidental. Okay, I want you to understand that. That is planned hatred. If you notice, if you look at Joe Biden's speech last night and how angry he was, I was like, if you haven't talked to the American people with all of the things that are going on in this world, the last thing you should do is come up and yell at people and preach hatred. If you looked at Hillary Clinton, if you looked at Steve Kerr, you looked at all of the other people that spoke last night, they were preaching hatred. And the reason that that's so important to you is they were preaching hatred against Americans and against the USA. You understand that? That was not coincidental. I say now, after asking for the last month, that their party platform is hatred. It is to divide and to conquer. And the reason that's so important is I also read from Bricks News that President Biden had said for Americans to be prepared for nuclear conflicts with Russia, China, and North Korea. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a battle that anyone should want to be in, because that's assuming that we're the top dogs. And right now, we really aren't. And so I would be extremely concerned about that. And I would be concerned at how is my family going to survive this? A few years ago, and we have to admit, the United States was consumed by an evil power, a power that does not have our country's best interests at heart. If they did, we would not have open borders. The purpose of open borders is to change a culture. It is to change people who are accustomed to living together. On my street, right across the street from me, are two white men that are gay, and then next door to me is a black man. The next door on the other side of me is a Hispanic family. We live in harmony and have lived in harmony for 10 years, and we don't care about whatever. And you know what? I don't even know what political party they belong to, but we have lived in harmony. That's the way we are in America. So when you bring people from countries who have already been here for the first month they come here and they say they hate us and they hate our country, then what happens to our country? Then our country starts falling apart. This destruction of the United States is planned. It is intentional. So I want you to do something, and we need to talk about it. The most important thing that you can do is share information with your families. And I'm going to tell you, Robert F. Kennedy has some great information. You can go to YouTube or even on here. I don't know how long his videos are on here. Go to YouTube or go to X and just search for him. He has some great information on what's happening in the world. You need to know, and you need to know who your enemy is. My enemy is not my neighbor, the white guy that's homosexual across the street from me, or the Hispanic people that live next door to me, or the white people that live 2 doors down from me. Those are not my enemies. You must recognize who your enemies are. Your enemy right now, we're in a battle between good and evil. Good are the people that have been a part of our country, who came here however we got here, and we live in harmony. Evil are the people who want to destroy all of that. Understand that. So again, my message to the Democrats is that you are preaching hatred, and we know it. We know what you're doing. We know that you're preaching hatred, and we know and recognize that that's your party's platform.